All right, we're on day 2 of lesson 6.4, and it really has nothing to do with the previous lesson. Today, this is going to be an in-depth analysis of what this was called the accumulator or accumulation function, and that's when you have a constant going to an x value on an integral. And what we're going to do with this x is we're going to plug in different numbers. And then also, for fun, we're going to be taking the derivative of the integral. So I guess that's how this relates to yesterday's lesson. Okay, you ready? Dive into this. This example's from the book. It is on page 309. 309, and that's why I made it example 8 to match the book, even though it's not our 8th example. Okay, ready? Here we go. The graph of the continuous function f with the domain from 0 to 8 is shown in this figure, but h will be defined as the integral from 1 to x of this function. So the title of this is called Functions Defined as Integrals. Okay, so guess what we're going to do? We're going to take this h and we're actually going to find the derivative of h, and then how will that change this side? But to start, we're just going to find, this is our warm-up, okay? Find h of 1. So this is x and this is x, so if x changed to 1 on the left side, then x is going to change to 1 here, not the t, just the x. So we're going to rewrite x equals 1 of f of t. Now, what do you notice? Now we have the integral from 1 to 1, and because those are the same, this will equal 0. Because the area from 1 to 1, you didn't move anywhere, so the area is 0. Okay, you ready? Is h of 0. This is what we're going to do. H of 0 will equal the 0 plugged in for the x. Okay, what does this mean? This means the area from 1 to 0. So starting at 1 and going backwards to 0, the area under this curve. Is that positive or negative? Now, because the area is above the x-axis, that's positive, but since we're going backwards, we're going from 1 to 0, the area is going to be negative. And the reason we're going, I don't think we should use the word backwards, but we should say, yesterday in our notes, we said that 0 is less than 1. We could say integrating from right to left. Or if you say moving left, that's okay, but we try to not use the word backwards in calculus. We say left. Just to let you know. Okay, what was the answer? Negative. H of 0 is negative. But we had to put that 0 in the place. Okay, find the value of x for which h is a maximum. We talked about that 3 months ago. So how did we find that 3 months ago? We said h prime of x equals 0. So let's take the derivative. Well, if we say h prime, this is what we learned in class. So the derivative of the integral will equal just f of x, right? Okay. H will have a maximum, let's get back to this. H will have a maximum when h prime changes from positive to negative. We memorized that, right? It was a quiz, a fill-in. Well, h prime is equal to f of x. That's what we did here. H prime equals f of x. So where does f of x change from positive positive, 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 because this is the graph of f. Okay, positive, 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 positive to negative. So what is this? We're 4. So at 4, x equals 4, and the room isn't really good here. Okay, find the value of x for which h is a minimum. Well, h will have a minimum when h prime changes from negative to positive, 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 and h prime equals f of x, negative, 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 negative. Now we're going to say the minimum is at x equals 8. And then I'm going to explain it a different way. Okay, you ready? H is equal to the area from 1 to whatever x is. Okay, now starting at 1 and going backwards, that's a negative area. Starting at 1 and going to 4, that's a positive area. Positive, and you could estimate like what that is. We could say it's close to the number 2. That's an estimation because of this area, like chop it up into little areas. But then what can you conclude about this piece here? This piece is much more negative. There's lots of much more negative than this positive area, correct? So if we have this little positive number here, like positive 2, and then this is say negative 6, then by the time you got to 8, you would be at the minimum because it's just all negatives. Okay, so the minimum of the h function is at 8. Find the x-coordinate of all points of inflection of h. Okay, ready? H equals the integral. H prime equals f of x, the points. And h double prime would equal f prime, like that. Write that down. Okay, so you can look at it. You can look at this, or you can look at this. Now, the second derivative is the point of inflection. When does this equal 0? So this POI, but that's not on the graph, though. The graph is a graph of f, right? So where does f prime equal 0? F prime equals 0 at the max or mins, when you change from increasing to decreasing or decreasing to increasing on this graph. So where does the slope equal 0? Negative, negative, negative. So it equals 0 here at 1. The slope, oh no, I'm in the dark. Sorry, hold on. I'm back. Okay, at 1, at 3, and at 6. So points of inflection for h will be 1, 3, and 6. And the reason is because h prime equals f, and f changes from increasing, that's where it changes from increasing to decreasing or decreasing to increasing. Okay, I apologize for it being a little messy. We're going to do another example. This is kind of intense. You just need to do one step at a time, try and figure out what we're asking. This is 58, and I just wish it would have come out better. I'm sorry it didn't. I need to stop apologizing, doing the best I can. Here we go. Let's just look at another example. 58 is a differentiable function whose graph is shown in the given figure. The position at time t seconds of a particle moving along the coordinate axis is that. Okay. I may not have time to finish this example, but we're going to try our best. Now, all the questions are going to be asked about S, but S isn't this graph. This graph is F, so we have to analyze it. S is the area under this graph. Okay, use the graph to answer the questions, give reasons for your answers. I will try my best. Here we go. What is the particle's velocity at time equals 5? Okay, so this S stands for position, right? So if we want to find velocity, we need to take the derivative of S. Okay, velocity. What is the velocity at time 5? So velocity equals the derivative of S. So we have to take the derivative of this integral, and that is what we learned yesterday. So the derivative of this integral will be f of t. So the velocity at 5 just means we plug in 5. Okay, but you got to go through that motion in order to figure it out that, gosh, we're just looking at this graph, and f of 5 is 2. And the units would be units per second. B, is the acceleration of the particle at time equals 5 positive or negative? Oh my gosh. Is the acceleration of the particle at 5 positive or negative? Well, acceleration is equal to the derivative of velocity, which is the second derivative of position, which means if the first derivative is f, then the second derivative will be f prime. So what we're looking at is what is f prime of 5, or the slope at 5. And if you look at x equals 5 or t equals 5, we see it's a down slope. So f prime of 5 is less than 0, which means the acceleration at 5 is negative. C, what is the particle's position at time equals 3? Now go back, position is this formula to start with. S is position. So we're going to say S equals from 0, and be careful there. Sometimes it doesn't start at 0, and that gets real tricky. Like it'll start at 3, and you'll go forward and backward. But this does start at 0, and we're going to 3. Now, you, wonderful student, need to analyze this. What does this mean? Did they give you a function, or did they give you a graph? Since they gave you a graph, we're going to find area. And then you go, I wonder if I can find the area from 0 to 3. So we look here from 0 to 3, and what do you notice about this shape? It's a perfect triangle. We know because it goes 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3. Okay, so what's the area of that triangle? So S of 3 will equal 1/2 base times height. So half of 9, 4.5, and we're at position, so that's just units, 4.5 units. D, at what time during the first 9 seconds does S have the largest value? It's really easy to just look at the graph and say it's going to happen at 6, okay? This is why. S is equal to the integral from 0 to whatever, okay? Now, integral is area under the curve. So where is the area the largest, starting at 0 and going, well, it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and now this whole mass is positive area. But then what happens at 6? It starts becoming negative, so you would start subtracting the area. So from 0 to 9 is actually smaller than from 0 to 6. 6 is the most positive area. So D, how do I write that? At what time does S have the largest value? So S has a max at t equals 6 seconds. E, approximately when is the acceleration equal to 0? I'm running out of time. Let me write down these answers. Pause the video to get these answers.